I cannot believe we have a Star Wars showrunner straight up confirming an enemies to lovers ship with her whole chest and it's beginning to unfold. Like, this doesn't even feel real. And after being made to feel insane for so many years, this is wild. Crying emoji. Hashtag the Acolyte. Hashtag Oshamir. Oshamir, that's what they're calling this? Well, it appears Raylo is back on the menu, boys, and Leslye Headland is playing right to them and giving them everything that they want. She recently sat down with Collider, and this interview is unbelievable. It's a wild one. And before we get into that, do me a huge favor and please hit the subscribe button. It's a free thing you could do to help out the channel. We're like 100 away from 90K. I can't believe it. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me during these dark times of Star Wars. Let's get into it. You're not going to believe this interview. Honestly, I can't believe this is a real interview from Collider. But here we are. I was going to play some silly music, but it's silly enough. It doesn't need anything. So here we go. Collider. 1 year ago, I looked you in the eyes at Star Wars Celebration, and I asked you if we were getting enemies to lovers in the Acolyte. And look at us now. Who would have thought? Leslye Headland, we made it! Cackle, cackle. Somehow we made it. I was terrified when you asked me that question because I'm not a great actor. I was like, just tell her no and move on. My goodness, this is what these people want out of Star Wars. They just want to they want to ship people that have murdered others with other. Oh my gosh. I mean, the Kylo Ren stuff was weird. The dude killed his dad. And they're like, it's okay. He's misunderstood. He needs to fall in love with Rey. I get it. Shipping is a thing in all fandoms, but it's just like, I'm sorry. I'm just too old for it. It's weird. But it's so great that we get to see this dynamic. There is a little bit of a debate right now in the fandom about what name we're going to go with for this ship. What? There's a debate? Oh, Lord, help me. There are two right now. It's Oshamir. Is I say that right? And then it's Oshamir, whatever. I don't know. What's your take on that? Yeah, let's ask Leslye the tough questions. What's your take on the ship, Leslye? I like Oshamir, personally. I like her full name. Well, I think you lost that debate. Headland, I think you did. I think everyone else is going with the Oshamir. Oh my, are we really talking about this? This is where we're at with Star Wars. Same, I'm quite a fan of that as well. Aside from the obvious allusions to other ships, are there any other enemy to lovers dynamic that informed the decisions you were making as you were playing with these two characters? Headland responds, there are so many, but I'm going to say no because I was really working from muscle memory. What in the world does that mean? You were working from muscle memory when you put two characters to fall in love in a story of Star Wars? I wanted to just click into the kind of stuff that I wrote when I was in high school. I love these characters. Nobody wants to ship these characters more than I do. I love them so much. I love the stranger. Oh, man. There you have it. It was her plan all along to get that all together. And if you're still with me, God bless you. But this was the interesting part of the interview for me, where they begin to ask about the Jedi. The question was, it's such a fun response because the High Republic already kind of laid the groundwork for getting people prepared for thinking of the Jedi as not always the good guys. So we knew that that was the plan. It's evident from Disney Star Wars, from the movies to now, that the Jedis are just not the good guys anymore, that they're like a lost group of people that are wrong thinkers in the galaxy, I guess you'd say. And they're going to do anything in their power to rebuild them the way they want to. And it looks like if the Rey movie happens, that's when Disney Star Wars is going to get their chance to reshape the Jedi the way they want them to be. So, that it's not surprising. Headland says, I hope it makes people look at it from a different point of view. I can understand the fans, especially people who don't know the High Republic. And here's where she backtracks, I guess, maybe, or does a little damage control because she got a lot of backlash before talking about the Jedi. Here's this part of the interview. She's like, no, I'm not criticizing the George Lucas Jedi. I just want people to see it from a different point of view. We're in a different time period than the Jedi that we know from the George Lucas days. So before she was kind of like, yeah, well, maybe people should rethink who the Jedi were. Now it's more like, I'm not doing it to George's Jedi. This is just a different time period. But still, at the end of the day, it's like, I think this is a straight on path to reshape the Jedi in the way they want the Jedi to be, and created by Rey Skywalker, Rey Palpatine, Rey somebody. What's interesting about this interview is that the reporter tried to bring it back to like shipping and all that stuff. And Leslye Headland was like, you know what? I got to clarify about the Jedi stuff. Let me go back there because I don't want people getting all upset at me like they were before. Basically, she says this, going back to your question, one of the interesting ways to unpack the Jedi is when they are at the height as they are here. What are the things they're doing differently? A Jedi doesn't pull their weapon unless they're prepared to kill. That's just a High Republic concept. So the Jedi are in a totally different concept 100 years before the Phantom Menace. They don't have battle droids. They don't have other people with lightsabers. There isn't any reason to pull it. Comparing that to anybody in the prequels, it's not the same. They're just not the same Jedi. So in my opinion, and in my experience, and what I was interested in digging into is it seems like it's a time where you can break down the Jedi as a concept, whereas I wouldn't want to touch what has been established of them a century later. So yeah, so she clarifies here, like, we're not messing with George Lucas's Jedi. We're not messing with them. But this is Disney Star Wars, and we could do whatever we want with however we want to do it in the shows that we're pumping out. So there you have it. So she had to make that clarification because apparently, again, she was getting backlash. Anyway, what do you guys think? 2 episodes left. Are they tearing down the Jedi, or is it like, Jay, you're reading way too much into this? Come on, man. Don't be that guy, Jay. Don't be that guy. It's not that serious. It's just one series, and that's going to be the end of it. We got other stuff that are coming out. Just calm down. Or is everything that most of us have been saying coming true right before our eyes? I guess time will tell. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Jay, and we will catch you next time.